Have you ever wondered where the world and everything in it came from according to Greek mythology? Our journey begins in a time before time, in the vast, yawning void of nothingness known as chaos. From this formless expanse, the first entities began to emerge. Among them was Gaia, the earth, a divine being of unmatchable power and beauty. She wasn't alone in this cosmic theatre. Sharing the stage was Uranus, the sky, a deity as vast and boundless as Gaia herself. The two became inseparable, their union giving birth to the first generation of Titans. These formidable beings, grander and mightier than anything before them, would come to be the original gods of this nascent universe. Among these Titans, one figure stood out: Cronus, the youngest yet the most ambitious of his kin. His name would go on to reverberate through the annals of Greek mythology, etching itself into the very fabric of this ancient cosmos. As the leader, Cronus wielded his power with an iron fist, ruling over his siblings and the universe they inhabited. The reign of the Titans was a time of great upheaval and change. Under Cronus's rule, the universe expanded, new entities were born, and the boundaries of reality were stretched. Yet beneath this veneer of progress, tension simmered. Cronus, ever fearful of losing his power, committed unspeakable acts, setting in motion a chain of events that would ultimately lead to his downfall. But remember, every end is but a new beginning. As the era of the Titans began to wane, a new generation of deities was waiting in the wings, ready to seize the reins of power. These would be the Olympian gods, a pantheon of deities whose stories would shape and define the Greek mythological landscape. The reign of Titans was not to last forever, setting the stage for the rise of the Olympian gods. How did the Olympian gods come into power, overthrowing their own parents? It all started with a prophecy that Cronus, the ruling Titan, would be overthrown by his own son. Fearful of his destiny, Cronus took drastic measures. Every time his wife Rhea gave birth, he swallowed their children whole, hoping to evade the prophecy. But Rhea, desperate to save her youngest child Zeus, tricked Cronus. She handed him a swaddled stone instead of the baby. Meanwhile, Zeus was whisked away to a far-off island, where he was raised in secret, far from his father's paranoid gaze. As Zeus grew older and stronger, he sought to fulfill the prophecy and free his siblings. He tricked Cronus into drinking a potion that forced him to regurgitate his swallowed children. Now, with his brothers and sisters, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, by his side, Zeus was ready to wage war against the Titans. This war, known as the Titanomachy, was not a swift battle. It raged on for 10 long years, with neither side yielding. The Titans, led by Cronus, were formidable opponents, but the Olympians had something the Titans didn't: the element of surprise and the hunger for freedom. In the end, it was Zeus who tipped the scales. With the aid of the Cyclopes, he wielded his iconic lightning bolt with a might that shook the world. The Titans were overpowered, defeated, and banished to the gloomy abyss of Tartarus. With the Titans overthrown, the Olympian gods were free to establish their rule. Zeus claimed the sky, Poseidon the sea, and Hades the underworld. The goddesses too took their rightful places, each with their own unique roles and domains. Their victory marked a new era, an era of the Olympians, one that would be filled with tales of power, deceit, heroism, and the human condition. With the Titans overthrown, the Olympian gods established their rule, each with their unique roles and domains. Who was Zeus, the king of all gods, and what was his domain? Zeus, the ruler of Mount Olympus, was the most powerful of the Pantheon, the king of all gods and the ruler of the sky. His domain extended over the heavens, and he controlled the weather, often using his signature lightning bolt to express his will or deliver his judgment. Zeus was known for his dynamic character, a combination of might, wisdom, and occasional folly. His decisions were often swayed by his passions, leading to a multitude of adventures and troubles, which are woven into countless tales in Greek mythology. From his battle with the Titans to his numerous love affairs and the resulting divine and heroic offspring, Zeus's stories are as thunderous and tumultuous as the storms he commanded. His influence was not only felt by humans and gods alike, but also shaped the course of Greek mythology. Zeus, the sky god, ruled over all, but he was not the only powerful deity in Greek mythology. What about the other influential gods like Hera, Athena, and Apollo? Well, let's start with Hera, Zeus's wife. Known as the Queen of the Gods, Hera presided over marriage and childbirth. She was often seen as the protector of women, embodying the social and political power of marriage. However, her relationship with Zeus was far from perfect. Due to Zeus's numerous affairs, Hera was often painted as jealous and vengeful. But remember, her response was more about asserting her power and authority than petty jealousy. Now, on to Athena. Born from Zeus's forehead, fully grown and clad in armor, Athena was the goddess of wisdom, courage, and strategic warfare. Unlike Ares, the god of war, Athena was celebrated for her strategic and disciplined approach to conflict. She was also known for her role in various heroic quests, often granting heroes the wisdom they needed to overcome their trials. Her wisdom was so renowned that the city of Athens, renowned for its intellectual and philosophical pursuits, was named after her. And then there's Apollo, the god of the sun, prophecy, and the arts. This multi-talented deity was known for his golden lyre, his archery skills, and his ability to bring disease or cure. Apollo was a beacon of light, both literally and metaphorically. He represented the ideals of truth and prophecy, illuminating the path for both gods and mortals. His association with the arts, particularly music and poetry, made him a patron of all creative pursuits. Each of these gods and goddesses had their own domains, their own mythological stories, and their own significance. They were not just divine beings sitting atop Mount Olympus, they were symbols embodying the virtues, vices, fears, and aspirations of ancient Greek society. Their stories, their conflicts, and their triumphs were a reflection of the world as the Greeks saw it. Each god and goddess had their unique domains and stories, contributing to the rich tapestry of Greek mythology. Who were the other noteworthy gods and goddesses in the Greek Pantheon? Let's dive into the realms of Aphrodite, Ares, Hephaestus, Artemis, Hermes, and Demeter, shall we? First up, Aphrodite, the goddess of love, beauty, and desire. She was born from the foam of the sea, and her allure was so intoxicating that other gods feared her power. Aphrodite's tales often revolve around love and passion, like her affair with the god of war, Ares. Speaking of Ares, he was the embodiment of physical valor and untamed aggression. Unlike his sister Athena, who represented strategic warfare, Ares was all about the chaos and bloodlust of battle. His volatile nature often put him at odds with other deities, but his role was crucial in the Pantheon. Then we have Hephaestus, the god of fire and forge. He was the one who crafted the divine weapons and tools of the gods. Despite being physically imperfect, which was unusual for a god, Hephaestus was revered for his incredible craftsmanship and ingenuity. Next is Artemis, the divine huntress and the goddess of the wilderness, wild animals, and childbirth. She was a fiercely independent deity, preferring the company of nymphs and wild creatures over the gods of Olympus. Her tales often portray her as a protector of the innocent and the punisher of the unjust. Next in line is Hermes, the messenger of the gods, god of trade, thieves, and travel. Known for his cunning and charm, Hermes was a master of persuasion and negotiation. He was also the only god who could freely traverse between the realms of the living and the dead. Last but not least is Demeter, the goddess of agriculture and harvest. She was deeply connected to the earth and the changing seasons. Her most famous myth involves the abduction of her daughter Persephone, which explains the cycle of seasons in Greek mythology. These gods and goddesses, each with their unique attributes, further enriched the world of Greek mythology. What about the underworld? Who ruled over the land of the dead? Our journey now takes us to the shadowy realms of the underworld, ruled by none other than the formidable Hades. Hades, the eldest son of Titans Cronus and Rhea, was often feared and misunderstood as he governed the realm of the deceased. Hades was not just the lord of the dead, but also the god of wealth, for he owned all the precious metals buried in the earth. Despite his grim duties, he was not an evil god. He was stern, yes, and implacable, but he was also just. His kingdom, the underworld, was a place where souls received their final judgment, not a realm of punishment, but a reflection of the life one led. One of the most well-known tales about Hades involves the abduction of the beautiful Persephone, the daughter of Demeter, the harvest goddess. Smitten by her beauty, Hades kidnapped her and made her his queen, causing her mother's grief to cast the world into a barren winter. It was only when Persephone was allowed to return to her mother for part of the year that the earth regained its fertility, giving birth to the concept of seasons in Greek mythology. This story of Persephone's descent and return is more than a simple tale of abduction. It's a reminder of the cyclical nature of life and death, of the rhythms of the earth and our existence. It's a testament to the Greeks' understanding of the world around them, their respect for the natural order, and their acknowledgement of mortality. Hades, in his dark majesty, embodies the inevitable end we all must face. But he also stands as a symbol of the riches that lie beneath the surface, the wealth that can be found in the depths if one dares to look. Hades' reign over the underworld added another layer of intrigue to the complex world of Greek mythology. And as we delve deeper into these ancient tales, we find that even in the darkness there is a wealth of wisdom to unearth. Why does Greek mythology continue to captivate us thousands of years later? Well, to delve into this question, we must first appreciate the broad, enduring impact of Greek mythology. This ancient world of gods, goddesses, heroes, and monsters has profoundly shaped Western culture. Its influence permeates our literature, arts, and even our language. Expressions like Achilles' heel, Pandora's box, or Herculean task all originate from these captivating tales. The legacy of Greek mythology, however, is not confined to idioms or artistic inspirations. It has provided us with a rich tapestry of narratives that explore timeless themes. Its stories delve into the complexities of power, the depths of love, the devastation of betrayal, and the nobility of heroism. These narratives resonate with us because they reflect our own human experiences, albeit in a mythical, larger-than-life context. Consider the power dynamics among the gods and goddesses of Mount Olympus. Their disputes, alliances, and rivalries mirror our own struggles with authority and influence, or reflect upon the romantic entanglements and betrayals that litter these tales. They echo our own experiences of passion, heartbreak, and reconciliation. The heroism depicted in Greek mythology also strikes a chord with us, whether it's Hercules and his 12 labours, or Odysseus and his 10-year journey home. We are drawn to their courage, resilience, and determination. These heroes embody qualities that we admire and aspire to, making their stories both inspiring and relatable. Furthermore, Greek mythology serves as a reminder of our shared human history. It connects us to an ancient civilization that, though long gone, has left an indelible mark on the world. These myths offer a glimpse into the minds and hearts of our ancestors, their beliefs, their fears, and their hopes. So why does Greek mythology continue to captivate us thousands of years later? Perhaps it's because these stories, steeped in the extraordinary, offer profound insights into the ordinary. They illuminate the human condition in all its complexity, reflecting our own strengths, flaws, desires, and fears. Greek mythology, with its pantheon of gods and goddesses, continues to enchant us with its rich narratives and timeless themes. So what have we learned about the gods and goddesses of Greek mythology? We've embarked on a journey that began at the dawn of creation, where chaos reigned, and from it, the primordial deities emerged. These deities, fascinating in their own right, set the stage for the rise of Olympians, a pantheon of gods and goddesses whose tales of power, love, and rivalry still resonate today. Our journey led us to the mighty Zeus, the king of all gods, whose position of power was as thunderous as his symbolic lightning bolt. A figure of authority, Zeus is a testament to the dynamic essence of power and its many facets. From there, we delved into the lives of Hera, Athena, and Apollo, each a significant figure within the Pantheon. Hera, the queen of the gods, embodies the complexities of family relationships, while Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war, represents the duality of human nature. Apollo, the god of music, truth, and healing, shows us the harmonious blend of art and science. But the Pantheon doesn't end there. We explored the roles of other noteworthy gods and goddesses, each holding dominion over different aspects of life, nature, and human endeavours. Their stories, their conflicts, and their triumphs all serve to weave a rich tapestry of myth and meaning. Our voyage took a darker turn as we descended into the underworld, the realm of Hades. The god of the underworld and the dead, Hades reflects the universality of death, a subject often shrouded in fear and mystery. Finally, we discussed the enduring legacy of Greek mythology. Its influence permeates our culture, our literature, and our understanding of the human condition. These tales of gods and goddesses, heroes and monsters, are more than just stories. They're reflections of our world, our struggles, our triumphs, and our deepest questions about life, love, and the nature of existence itself. From the dawn of creation to the reign of Olympians, Greek mythology offers a fascinating glimpse into an ancient world filled with gods, goddesses, heroes, and monsters.